Women in the Automotive Workforce by Daniel Legg for the University of Arizona Global Campus, EDU 7240, Diversity in Education. The automotive repair trades lack skilled workers, and the pipeline for talent in this area is drying up. Our society relies on the goods and services available through a robust transportation and logistics network. However, the socioeconomic and sociocultural conditions faced by the female demographic that may wish to enter this trade are not supportive. Less than 5% of this total workforce is female. This disparity in participation is in spite of low wage gaps in the industry and abundant educational opportunity matching those of the male counterpart. This leads to the question, what socioeconomic and sociocultural conditions have the greatest impact on educational choice and eventual workplace participation? In spite of a comparably low wage gap of just over 3% compared to most industries, female representation in the automotive repair trades is under 4% of the total workforce. Given these trends, it is reasonable to conclude that factors beyond compensation impact female participation. With more than half of the skilled laborers in the workforce entering the age of retirement in the next 10 to 15 years, the next generation of automotive technicians must be identified. With many traditional male-dominated industries like automotive, the female workforce must overcome an existing balance of power in their progression through the organizational hierarchy. When a strong personal identity is developed around social norms for female traits, this shift may lead to feelings of isolation. Specifically, females competing in this space often exaggerate toughness traits, both physically and while communicating to establish a sense of belonging amongst larger populations. The bias of a teacher may impact a student's behavior unintentionally, discouraging their participation in a trade. As described in the RACE practice, RACE, once an educator has recognized a bias and acknowledged how it may show up in the classroom, they must commit to change before they can educate others. Fostering a social norm where student participation is not socially acceptable may create a fear of rejection in the automotive space for female students. Social expectations for behavior are influenced by more than the familial hierarchy as media becomes more prevalent, reaching beyond cable TV and entering the home through many media platforms. The use of language and the social rhythm of communication expressed in verbal and kinesthetic responses depict acceptable behavior. One example is the implication that a son can only learn mechanical knowledge from a father figure and that learning from a female would result in embarrassment. Simply getting female students involved in secondary education options for vocational education and training may not be enough to influence further training and potentially a career in the automotive trades. Ames 2021 work shows that high school vocational education and training classes do not significantly impact enrollment in post-secondary vocational courses. This research points to the potential of conditions outside the secondary learning environment to influence this decision. Other factors, like those experienced in the household, are more likely to sway these decisions. Culture is part of every environment occupied by people. The development of culture by humans is an important part of evolution, allowing for quick responses to others within a group based on social norms and commonly understood communication. In the U.S., many cultures come together. Many cultures often have expectations for behavior based on gender, and being a melting pot does not exclude our society from this common theme. For those willing to develop themselves and grow, focused effort will eventually allow for successful participation within another culture. Improving conditions related to the problem of female participation in the automotive skilled trades will require an understanding of the cultural barriers in both society and the automotive repair trade. Be sure to check out the references attached, and thank you for viewing.